Hi guys, bit of a technical hitch, Wi-Fi. Do nothing without Wi-Fi, isn't it amazing? And it was down and I was like, oh my god, I only have limited capacity to know how to understand the different bits and pieces to do with Wi-Fi, because I just unplug it, plug it in, hope for the best. So I'm a few minutes late on this lovely, crisp, bright, sunny UK winter day. It's just so lovely. I really love it. I don't mind the weather, but it's if there's no light, and I just want to curl up on the sofa with a blanket, a box of chocolates and an afternoon movie, which, by the way, because it's Sunday, that's exactly what I'm going to do in a minute. So, welcome. Let's take a couple of deep breaths so that we can centre ourselves and just allow life to carry on around us while we become still. Just taking a nice big deep breath in, and as you inhale, you feel the internal nature of the body, connecting to the body with the in-breath. Feeling the full capacity of your own physical structure on the in-breath. And then the opportunity with every out-breath to just let go, be still, be here in this world with the hurricane of things happening around us to continue. So I hope you enjoyed the Yoga Nidra meditation that we did the other night. I'm a really big fan of Yoga Nidra meditation for everybody, particularly for us young women who are living life on full volume, really. And Yoga Nidra is very powerful for even the most hectic of minds. I mean, I have a girlfriend at the moment, she can't even reach doing Yoga Nidra meditation without falling asleep straight away. It must be just like preparing yourself to go into the sequence and structure. So it's a very powerful guided meditation. And there's a fantastic app at the moment called Insight Timer. I think it's probably not free now. It's probably about £2, £3 to download. But on there are loads and loads of meditations of different kinds, and they're all for free. So people who are donators, like myself, have donated our meditation CDs for everyone, and it's fantastic. It's a really lovely developing app. You can see things like who's meditating in the world at the same time as you, and there's lots of different varieties. So do search for Yoga Nidra, that's Nidra, on Insight Timer. You'll find mine. If you look under Gina Hardy, you will find a Yoga Nidra meditation of mine, which is about 27 minutes, and also a chakra meditation, which is brilliant for cleansing the energy systems, which is great to do first thing in the morning. So Insight Timer is really good, and they're all free, which is fantastic. So just experiment. If you're new to meditation and particularly find that you have an incredibly busy mind, then guided meditation with somebody guiding you in the background is by far the best way to learn how to meditate. I think it's incredibly powerful for our busy heads. And for me, the sequence of learning yoga really is meditation first, pranayama, breath to connect to the body second, and yoga postures third, which are obviously good at strengthening and helping you to become flexible. But it's meditation every damn day, because it's the mind that needs the work, if you like. So we are on day 21 of 30 vlog to look at Yang Woman, and I'm uploading them every 2 days to my YouTube channel under its own playlist, Yang Woman. So you can go there and find out all the ones that you might have missed. There's some meditations in there, challenges, desires, and we're now on how to let the yin in. So yin overridingly is receptive, and for me, being more yin is being a lot more authentically feminine. That's just my view. And I'm only learning. I'm learning, and as I'm learning, I'm paying it forward to you guys. Oh, beautiful bird that just ran over just there. And we've talked about stopping, we've talked about clearing the diary, of how to let the yin in, delegating, asking, and letting go of the freak that controls you. And we've talked about sleeping, and we've done a yoga nidra meditation, and we talked yesterday about listening to the body. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about how much we transmit and how much that quietness can learn to become the yin aspect of our transmission. So when we transmit, we're vocalizing very strongly. We transmit what we want to say, what we want to do, how we want to direct life to the world. Quietness can start to bring in the yin, and I'm not saying quiet this beautiful voice that you've been given to bestow upon the world, but I am saying that finding the balance is really where yin and yang is. You know, that lovely curved line on the yin and yang symbol, which can be a little bit jagged at times as the yin and yang come together. But we transmit a lot, and yang women can suffer with throat problems because through the throat energy, the Vishuddhi chakra, which is the seat of our communication, the seat of us being able to speak our truth, gets overworked, overbeared, all of those things, and we can suffer from just transmitting too much through the throat. And we deplete our energy, and you know, it can be quite OTT because we can fill the space with our voices, we can fill the space with every single opinion and observation, and we let other people know how we feel. And I wonder that actually bringing in the yin is about being quiet, quieting the throat energy, coming back to that time, that those last few videos where I talked about stopping, creating space, becoming still, and with that comes the quietness of the instrument that we vocalize with, which is our voice, our larynx, pharynx, all of the equipment from which we transmit. And throat energy is really important to keep in balance, along with the other along with the other chakras in the body. And I thought I'd just do 2 or 3 little minutes of a meditation to help you rebalance your throat energy so that we can start the next day, this evening, with a little bit of balance happening in our throats. So quietness, because we spend a lot of time transmitting, and when we're quiet we learn to receive more, we learn to be able to listen more, and again this is the balance coming in. And even noticing when you're transmitting how loud your voice is, how harsh maybe, because we are known for being maybe a bit more of the aggressive rather than the passive. We're fighters rather than flighters when it comes to how we deal with conflict. So we fill the space with quite a lot of noise. And again, this is not about being wrong. This is about who we are, and also embracing who we are so that we don't feel that we need to be somebody else. We are young women, and we have a lot of beauty. There's a lot of amazing things that we do in the world, things that we achieve, and we're not trying to be different. This is about just creating balance so that you can feel that sense of happiness in that balance. Okay, so let's do a quick little meditation to focus yourself into your throat energy. So closing your eyes, wherever you happen to be. Let the world carry on around you, but maybe run into another room. Just sit where you are. Maybe grab your headphones and plug them into your mobile or your laptop. And allow the transmitting of your voice to become quiet. And taking your awareness to your throat. And just noticing how your throat feels. So that's the outside of the throat, the neck area, even all the way up to the jaw, around the jaw, the side of the neck, and even the back of the neck. The throat chakra energy actually radiates from the back and from the front, so it's like a 360 radius of energy that comes from the throat. Just noticing, observing how your throat feels. Is there any discomfort in your throat energy? And sort of taking your awareness inside the throat, even right down to the larynx, the pharynx, the actual physical equipment that you speak with. Just notice as you breathe, becoming really aware of all the facets of your throat energy. The physical aspect, the energetic aspect, even the emotional aspect of your ability to be able to speak your truth in the world. Maybe you feel your throat is restricted in any way. And also bringing awareness to your tongue that comes up from the throat into the mouth, around the roof and the base of the mouth, the sides of the mouth and the teeth, and out as far as the lips that move when we speak. Just observing how the mouth and the throat, the whole of the throat energy, the physical, emotional, mental parts of the throat energy, how all of that feels. Breathing into the quietness of the throat, noticing as you breathe how it feels when you breathe in. Breathe the breath into the whole of the mouth, into the whole of the throat. And imagine this breath, it might even be a colour. The energy of the breath, breathing it into all areas of the throat and the mouth. Notice how that feels. And visualize this breath being cleansing and clearing and nourishing and nurturing. Bit of energetic love as you breathe in this beautiful gift of being able to breathe the breath wherever you want to breathe it. Notice how that feels as you breathe the breath, nourishing, nurturing, cleansing, replenishing. Breathing the breath into the vocal cords. The longest breath in to nurture and nourish as much as possible. And noticing quietness is like the gentle hush in the throat, front and back and sides. The quietness of the throat, the gentleness and the receptivity of the quietness. Noticing what it feels like to be quiet and still in this part of your body. Setting an intention to always speak the truth that is in your heart and your soul. And with every breath, filling up the tanks of the sound and the transmission that you take. Breathing in and filling up the tanks of the energy that you need to speak in the world. Keep receiving the breath like the greatest gift that you've ever been given. And maybe gently opening your eyes. Gosh, it's even turned a little bit more dusk in those last few moments. But I always find if I do this and I nourish my throat energy, that actually I sort of, when I start to speak again, I feel like I'm speaking more quietly. And then sometimes I feel that actually I can't believe how much energy I do expend when I speak. And that leads me nicely onto Vipassana meditation. There is a website that's called Vipassana, and it's all over the world, and there is an English version of Vipassana that you can go to, and it's a 10-day silent retreat where you spend 9 days in silence. And I've done it 3 times in my life now, and I have to say that it is, spending time quiet and silent on retreat is the most incredible experience, because once the faculty of transmitting and sound is quietened, you can really be deep in your inner space, and it's an incredible thing to do. And what I notice is on day 9 or 10, when we actually can start speaking to the people that we meditate with for all that period of time, how incredibly noisy and energy expending it is when everybody's speaking at once. And we realise that really we're just filling the space with noise, and we're not often listening. We're just speaking what we want to say next. And I've always found that the most stark observation of being silent for so long and then talking to other people, that actually we could say a lot less without the words, and maybe we don't need to say as much as we do, we're just programmed to. So on that note, thank you for listening. We know you can go to Gina Hardy Yoga on YouTube. Do try Insight Timer, that's INSIGHT Timer. You can go there. I have 2 meditations uploaded, one Yoga Nidra, one chakra meditation, and it's fantastic for meditation. And I shall continue, I think, my last video on how to let the yin in. Luckily that didn't happen when we were meditating. And then we'll go on to how you can live an authentically feminine life for the last few days of the transmission. So thank you for listening. It's getting chilly, so I'm going in. I honour you, I salute you, I love you, young woman. Take care.